So, aubergines and cucumbers. These aubergines were sown into a propagator on the 6th of May, and then I repotted them into these pots on the 7th of June, and today's the 25th. So you get an idea about how long it takes for these things to happen. But on the 7th of June they were tiny, they were down here. I've kept them in the outside small greenhouse, the plastic one, but they've come on marvellously, I think, and they'll go on into bigger pots. So all four of those will go into bigger pots, and then they'll go in the big greenhouse. Aubergines don't like the cold very much, and I know from experience last year that keeping them outside, I think I got one or two aubergines and it wasn't a particularly healthy plant. It wasn't actually much bigger than these are now, which is a bit of a tell, I suppose. So yeah, they'll be being repotted into much bigger pots, so probably twice the size of this, and then I'll put them in the greenhouse, and that's where they'll stay. They'll have saucers underneath, and I'll water them, and I think that should come good. Now we move on to the cucumbers. Now the cucumbers, you may have seen these in the previous two videos, one where I was sowing them and two where I came back and visited. So 11th of June these were put in. The ones on the left here, these are an F1. There were only 4 seeds, but I got them from 89p, not £3.99 or something. But they've all germinated, and they were actually looking very good. In fact, they were taller than the ones next to them. So there's a blank. This is a blank. I did that intentionally. And there's something growing down the end. I'll sort that out in a minute. So they were swing. These ones here are jogger, and I had 10 seeds, and I've got 10 very nice plants actually out of them, which is good. The dobbies. Now the dobbies, we looked at these before and there were no germinations, but maybe I didn't wait long enough, because I have got 2, as you can see in this row of in these rows here. These are the dobbies, which are again sown on the 11th of June, today being the 25th. That's 14 days, so okay, it's taken 14 days for them to come through, but these other ones, the F1s, were very vigorous and came through much earlier than that, within 7 days. And obviously they've grown on since. Right at the end we have the DTB, so both of these that are market more, the last 2 lots, so this lot here, the 2 sets of cells there, and then there were 9 seeds, because I always leave a blank for the DTB market more. So dobbies have provided 2 out of 10, and DTB have managed to do, well, certainly 3 plants. And if you look, there are actually so there's the 3 big ones on the inside, and then there's 1, 2, potentially 3 on the outside. I think that one at the end is a little bit malformed, so I probably won't plant that on, but the 3, I'll plant those on. So that would be the idea, is that I'm going to repot the aubergines, and then the cucumbers that I have here, so both the swing, the jogger and the market more, which are not F1, so these are not F1, these aren't hybrid, they are just a normal cucumber which you can take seeds from and they'll come back as true. Whereas with F1s such as these, the joggers and the swing, if you took seeds from these, they won't come true, because they're actually a hybrid. So there'll be 2 plants or more that they've got to this point, and consequently the seeds that you get out of these will be likely to be one of the parent plants rather than a jogger. There is a chance that you'll get, I think it's 1 in 4 that you'll get a jogger. Otherwise you'll see the results of something else, whatever the parent plants were. So you won't get the same quality potentially, but I'll have a go at that as well. Why not? It's only what they tell me, and I always like to prove some of these things. Sometimes they do it because they want to make money. Well, didn't say that really. Anyway, yes, so aubergines, they're going to go into bigger pots, and then all of these cucumbers will go into pots about this size to grow on, and then we'll plant them out as well, probably in troughs if I've got enough, because they'll do well outside. That's what they're grown for. That's how they've hybrided them, if that's such a word. But yes, all good stuff. So I will be doing some more video back a bit later, which will be when I'm actually repotting these, if you're interested. But yeah, it's a lovely day. It's a lovely day, lovely blue sky. Birds are flying and singing a lot, and the sun is shining. But yes, and the garden's starting to look a lot better than it was. Lots of greenery and lots of things growing. It's what we like. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Happy gardening, and like and subscribe if you do.